My name is Jane, and I live with my husband Alex. Alex rarely does any household chores and often treats me as if I'm his maid. I work part-time, trying to balance everything. Hey, could you cook dinner tonight? I asked Alex one evening. He looks at me, confused. Huh? Why? We're short-staffed today, and I might have to work overtime. Can you cook dinner for a change? He scoffs. What are you whining about? I'm the one who brings home the bacon. It's only natural you do all the housework. His tone is dismissive, making me feel small and insignificant. So, I let the matter drop. One day, as I was finishing up some chores, I heard a cheerful voice. Hey there, I'm home. A man walked in energetically. It was my brother-in-law, Mike. Mike? What are you doing here? I asked, surprised. What do you mean? This is my house, he replied, confused. It seemed he mistakenly believed he was at his parents' house, and our conversation felt completely out of sync. Oh, if it's not my folks' place, you should have just told me that, Mike said. I did tell you that, I responded, a bit exasperated. Well, since you're here, make yourself at home, Alex said unexpectedly. Wait, what? Why are you okay with this? I protested, but Alex ignored me, and so Mike stayed with us. From the beginning, it was clear that Mike was an incredibly rude guest. Hey Jane, I'm helping myself to the beer in the fridge, Mike announced one day. What? I was shocked. He acted as if the house were his. When do you plan on leaving? It's already been 3 days, I asked, hoping for a definitive answer. What? It's only been 3 days. Let me stay a bit longer, Mike replied with a nonchalant smile, seemingly oblivious to our discomfort. But that beer is Alex's, I pointed out, feeling my frustration grow. So, why don't you just buy some more? Mike retorted casually. It's not about the beer. I wanted to argue, but it seemed pointless to explain. I ended up staying silent. When is your brother planning to leave? I finally asked Alex, hoping for a resolution. Huh? What do you mean? Mike isn't going anywhere anytime soon, Alex replied, surprising me. What? But he said, I began, realizing Mike had no plans to leave. It turned out he had a falling out with his parents and didn't want to return home. He had mistakenly believed this was his parents' house, though now it seemed he might be playing along. Anyway, where's my beer? Alex interrupted. Well, it's gone. Mike drank it, I replied, feeling a mix of frustration and resignation. What? Seriously, just go buy some more. Alex snapped angrily, leaving me no choice but to head out to buy beer. As I prepared to leave, Alex called out, Oh, Jane, while you're out, grab some snacks too. Why can't you buy it yourself? Nah, it's a hassle. It's your job as the housewife, he said dismissively, treating me like a servant. Please, enough is enough. This behavior is disrespectful, and I won't tolerate it. Ha! Are you standing up to me? Mike suddenly took on a threatening demeanor as soon as I challenged him. Look, I'm not trying to overstay my welcome. I'm just crashing here for a bit, okay? But, shut up, no buts, Mike insisted firmly, making me feel overwhelmed by his pressure. Just as I struggled to respond, Alex walked into the room. What's going on? Why are you two arguing? Alex asked, clearly confused. Well, Mike won't leave our house, I explained decently. So what? It's okay if he stays, right bro? Alex replied casually, surprising me. What? I couldn't believe Alex didn't seem bothered by Mike's presence. And he's been drinking your beers, I added, hoping Alex would understand my frustration. You can just buy more, Alex said matter-of-factly. Right, fine, I'll do as you wish, Mike interjected, seeming to acquiesce reluctantly. Exhausted from the argument, I silently agreed to go buy more beer. My passive response seemed to worsen the situation, as Mike's behavior only grew more obnoxious. Hey, beer, Mike's voice echoed as I left the room. Do you really think you'll get a beer talking to me like that? Mike challenged, his tone confrontational. It had been a month since Mike arrived, and he had started treating me like an authoritarian spouse. Well, isn't there a polite way to ask for things? I responded cautiously, hoping to reason with him. Ha! Are you trying to lecture me, just a housewife? Mike belittled me, making his disdain clear. Hey Jane, I'm off to play golf. You two have fun, Alex's voice interrupted from the entrance. Wait, alone with Mike? I protested. Yeah, so what's the problem? Alex shrugged. There's a big problem. Given Mike's behavior lately, it's obvious he might cause trouble. Can't you take him along? He's not into golf. Alex brushed off my concerns, leaving me alone with Mike despite my objections. That's kind of hurtful. So you don't want to hang out with me that much? Mike approached, smirking. But when are you planning to leave this house? It feels like you're treating me like a servant, I retorted, frustrated. Not like. You were my servant, he declared, the words cutting deep. I'm single, after all. Always wanted a servant like this. His tone suggested he genuinely believed a housewife was little more than a servant. What a terrible man. I'm not a servant. I'm a proper housewife, I insisted, trying to maintain my dignity. What's the difference? Just bring me some snacks. Hurry up, Mike ordered nonchalantly, lounging in the living room, his entitlement palpable. I ignored him as Mike threw an ashtray. Thankfully, it missed me but shattered the glass on the shelf. Hey, who do you think runs this place? You're getting too cheeky, Mike growled, his anger simmering. Feeling unsafe, I reluctantly fetched him snacks and a new beer. Perfect. This is the life I've always wanted, he exclaimed, reveling in his perceived authority. I feared another outburst if I displeased him, so I waited anxiously for Alex to return. I'm home, Alex finally announced after several hours. Alex, I was so scared, I confess, hoping for his support. Whoa, what happened in here? It's a mess, Alex remarked, more concerned with the room's condition than my distress. Well, Mike threw an ashtray, and I was scared, I tried to explain to Alex. What? It didn't hit you, did it? Then it's no big deal, right? Alex responded casually, shocking me. Would any caring husband react like this if his wife could have been seriously hurt? Hey, welcome home. Your wife trashed the room, Mike interjected, unfairly blaming me for the mess. What? You're the one responsible. Why are you blaming my brother? I protested, frustrated. No, it's not like that, I insisted desperately, but Alex, possibly due to being drunk, refused to listen. He scolded me to clean up and take care of Mike. Dealing with drunk Alex was exhausting. He repeated himself endlessly. Even though I was exhausted, I had no choice but to endure his lectures to avoid more trouble. I'm tired, I sighed, 2 hours after Alex came home. Finally, his lectures were over, but I was completely drained. So, what's for dinner? Alex asked mercilessly. Didn't you eat out? I responded, feeling too tired to even think about cooking. Why would I eat out? You mean you haven't prepared anything? Alex's words cut deep after the 2 hours scolding. How could he expect me to have cooked under those circumstances? Oh, you're so useless. You're really failing as a housewife, Alex continued, dismissing my value as a person. What had I done to deserve this treatment? You're getting scolded. This is hilarious. Mike chuckled from the sidelines, finding amusement in my misery. It seemed tormenting others was a pastime for these brothers. Despite my exhaustion, I ended up cooking for Alex and Mike. They even complained about the food, adding to my despair. Finally, unable to bear it any longer, I mustered the courage to confront Alex again. Hey, when is Mike going to leave? He can't stay here forever, can he? Not this again, Alex replied, clearly annoyed. It was clear I had chosen a bad time to bring it up. What's wrong with you? Don't you care about your brother? I challenged, though truthfully, I didn't care. He had invaded our home and made my life unbearable. Living with such a person was pushing me to my limits. You know I've been going through a tough time, right? How can you just ignore that? I confronted Alex, seeking understanding. Everyone deals with stress, Alex responded callously. Mike is particularly stressed, so he takes it out on you. His words baffled me. A punching bag? Me? I asked incredulously. In this house, you're the best candidate for it, Alex replied bluntly. You should feel privileged to be Mike's punching bag. His words stung deeply, rejecting my feelings entirely. I don't want that, I shouted in protest, but Alex dismissed me. It's not about what you want. You're just a punching bag. Punching bags don't have feelings, he asserted coldly. Reflecting on it, Alex had been mistreating me for a while now, yelling without cause, even resorting to physical aggression. You're heartless, I muttered, tears welling up in my eyes. But even as I cried, Alex remained unmoved. Oh, what a bother. Women always think crying will fix everything. Cry all you want. I'm not going to do anything. Now go get me a beer, he ordered, indifferent to my emotions. Once again, it was about the beer. He didn't care about how I felt at all. That was the final straw. I couldn't endure it any longer. I shouted, surprising even myself. Alex looked taken aback but persisted in his verbal assault. Why are you so upset? You have a problem with me and my brother. If you're unhappy here, why don't you just leave? This is my house, so you're the one who should go. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Leave me inside with his brother. Wasn't that the issue? When I sought clarification, Alex simply reiterated, yes, you should leave. That's absurd. Why should Mike stay when he arrived later? He's my brother, okay? And you're just someone who isn't related by blood. Not related by blood? I never imagined my husband, whom I marry for love, would treat me so poorly. Something inside me shattered at his words. What? Are you shocked? If you hate it so much, just go. You can divorce me too. Alex continued to taunt me as I stood there, stunned. Was he really contemplating divorce? It appeared Mike was more important to him than I was. That night, we went to bed in silence, but I couldn't sleep. Alex's cruel words echoed in my mind, haunting me. Leave. Divorce? Was I the only one who believed we were in love? I felt a sudden wave of sadness wash over me. Perhaps my feelings were one-sided. After shedding tears that soaked my pillow, I made a decision and drifted off to sleep. A few days passed since that heartbreaking moment. Alex called me. Hey, where are you? Why did you leave early in the morning? I just noticed. It's been a few days since I last saw you. I didn't care if you noticed. I've been having instant noodles, but I've run out. Make me some food, he demanded. I thought he could survive on instant noodles forever. He sounded flustered, raising his voice. With no other option, I calmly replied, well, I've moved into my own place. What? You're living alone? He sounded genuinely surprised. There was a studio apartment available, so I signed the lease immediately. I'll have movers bring my stuff later. What the hell are you thinking? Make dinner for me and Mike, he demanded sharply. Why should I? You're the one who told me to leave, I retorted firmly, refusing to back down. No, that was Alex tried to assert himself, but his voice wavered as his own words contradicted him. Anyway, come back home. This is a husband's order, he insisted, attempting to assert control. Strangely, though, I no longer felt intimidated by Alex. Why should I come back? There's nothing but unhappiness for me there, I countered. It doesn't matter if it's unpleasant. You're just a servant in this house, Alex retorted, repeating the hurtful term. I wondered if both brothers truly believed I had no rights as a person. Shocked and speechless, I decided to reveal my decision. Alex, you know what? I've decided to take your advice. What? What are you saying? I'm filing for divorce. What? Divorce? He appeared genuinely taken aback. It was odd. Why was he so surprised when he had initiated the topic? Don't be absurd. There's no way I'm getting a divorce. I refuse, he asserted firmly, seemingly unwilling to lose a convenient housekeeper. But his dismissive attitude couldn't shake my resolve. It's because of you and your brother. You've both oppressed me for so long. I've been holding back, I insisted, feeling the weight of my words. Alex's voice began to falter, perhaps realizing the seriousness of the situation. Come on, you're joking, right? Divorce? Seriously, I'll talk to your parents and convince them, he pleaded desperately. What good would that do? I've already spoken to them. They won't listen to you. What? He seemed panicked, realizing the depth of the situation. Maybe he should have just asked his brother to leave and changed his behavior. Please reconsider. My brother says he's sorry, he added, trying to salvage the situation. I thought to myself, these are the kind of people who only show remorse when they're in trouble. Their words of regret meant nothing to me. I couldn't trust them. I'm sorry, but I can't believe anything you say. I won't forget what you've done, and I won't forgive it, I told Alex firmly. His flustered reaction only confirmed my decision. Please wait, I'm begging you, Alex pleaded desperately, but he hadn't taken action when I begged him to address his brother's behavior. The more we talked, the more pitiful Alex appeared. Goodbye. There's nothing left to discuss, I stated, finality in my voice. Wait, let's talk. Look, reconsider the divorce, he urged, grasping at straws. I proceeded with the divorce proceedings through my lawyer, and it was successfully finalized. Alex and his brother ended up in a major argument over household responsibilities, leading to both of them landing in the hospital. After everything they put me through, they got what was coming to them. Now that I'm single, my life is far easier than it was with Alex. I only wish I had left him sooner.